what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving deep into the crypto gaming, metaverse, NFT gaming markets today, as I really want to give an update on the grand scheme of things, right? Once again, we saw a fake out bounce last week. We tried, like, it definitely was one of those just pumps that isn't going to carry us into a bull market. And even though we're in a bear market, we're actually in one of the best times for a bull market in the background to be actually happening in the crypto gaming industry, with the development, with the money coming into the industry and the people getting involved. I actually think that if you are paying attention between the lines, you will realize that crypto gaming in that sector is far from dead and is actually the most ripe sector on the other side of this market. We're going to go through a bunch of catalysts, negative and the positives. The positives will far outweigh the negatives, of course, and my whole thesis on where this goes in the future. So without further ado, let's get in the game.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know you gon' play, but ain't a cent. If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know you gon' play, but ain't a play. If you get lost, show you the way.
All right, and let's jump right into it. Be sure to drop down, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And if you're as bullish as me on the future of NFT gaming, and drop down and subscribe to the channel for daily videos here on Crypto Banter every single day. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Myria, one of the leading Web3 gaming studios and L2 solutions in the space. Animoca Brands, the biggest Web3 gaming company in the world. Unix Gaming, one of the biggest NFT gaming infrastructure platforms in the space. MEXC, the official exchange of the In the Game show, as well as Spintop. We had them on the show Saturday. Fantastic show. The official GameFi index and Guildmaker of the In the Game show. Let's jump into the markets. As I aforementioned, we saw a little bit of a pump last week, which actually ended up into a fake out. And, you know, it was kind of what we saw. I tried to, you know, I pointed out the chart, like these pumps between 19 and 21,000 and the rises and the peaks and the valleys between these 19 and 21,000 ranges. We've been in those ranges for 3 months ever since we kind of saw us go up to around 24,000. And nothing's really changed. The economic climate has actually probably gotten worse. I don't really see that major upside for any time soon. And I do think, you know, those quality projects, if you're looking across, like the Polygons, obviously your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, I think those are fantastic accumulations at these levels if you have a long-term scope. But also, I think there's a lot more downside potential with this market, especially if we get past the midterm elections without any relief, like an actual relief rally, right? Like a real rally up to, once again, 24, 25,000. Then I don't really see that upside potential for quite a while, as the recession, in my opinion, also isn't very priced in. But let's just talk about the one sector in crypto gaming, which has actually built so much in this bear market. You know, so many DeFi projects have disappeared. So many blockchains have been compromised. So many, obviously inside the crypto gaming space, we even see $600 million Axie Infinity hack. The blockchain Ronin was hacked for over $600 million. Over the weekend, we kind of saw a hack scare with Gala. It was what they called a white hat hack attempt, where they were draining the liquidity to prevent a hack rather than actually being a hack. So it was actually interesting to see that. They said that the cross-chain interoperability bridge used by Gala was a misconfiguration. They were draining the liquidity to actually try to stop a hack. It actually caused the token to go down. Obviously, Minecraft banning NFTs. There's a lot of negative stigma on the front-facing side of crypto games. And then obviously, when people start looking at the giants in the industry, you know, Axie Infinity, they see charts like this. They see tokenomics, which led to the earnings token completely crashing and burning across games like this. Pegaxi, Kribata, DeFi Kingdoms ended up having a big inflation problem, and they got compromised at one point. You know, there's so many issues that kind of tout and taint the top level of the space for the people on the outside. But for the people on the inside, they've been seeing Polygon going, you know, with Meta, Stripe, all the big business integrations, Disney. They have Dead Drop from Dr. Disrespect, Metalcore, one of the best looking games in this space coming as well. Like Polygon's got the most business integration in the world, in the blockchain, in my opinion. And that's exactly why over the last year, we've seen them have the best, probably the best strength in this bear market, going from 30 cents back in June, now at $1.20, and only a $10 billion market cap still for a project which is going to be integrated into the biggest businesses and brands in the world. You have Immutable doing the exact same thing. You see their games on the side with Guild of Guardians, Illuvium, Inversword. Gods Unchained is fantastic. You can see the amount of mints and the amount of partnerships that they have. I mean, 100+ games, I believe, now building on Immutable. And we've seen $7 billion coming in over the first 3 quarters of 2022. This includes Epic Games putting $2 billion to build the metaverse. Epic Games owns the best metaverse in the world, which is Fortnite. Like, the money is there. We are going to see NFTs in the biggest games in the world. We're seeing MetaMask partner up with Hyperplay to bring MetaMask to every game launched through these stores. So you're going to see on Epic Games, they have a built-in MetaMask integration. You know how easy it's going to be for a newcomer to eventually not really have to understand what a seed phrase is, what all this security stuff, hard wallet, cold wallet, hot wallet, like what does all this mean? You eliminate all that. They're going to provide it right there on the Epic Games platform. Like, the adoption is right in front of our faces. You see 200 million raised by Limit Break, and they're doubling down, and they're actually bringing a Super Bowl ad this year for ETH Gaming and for their project Digi Daigaku. Like, it's right under our noses, and we just have to sniff it out. And you see exciting games building, like Dead Drop, like KiraVerse looks fantastic. I think that this looks like the Fortnite of blockchain gaming, for example. Like, this, to me, looks the most like Fortnite out of any game that I have seen. And I'm super impressed with that. Shrapnel, their trailer, their gameplay look absolutely fantastic. Illuvium, Star Atlas. I mean, there's so many games you can pick through in the future. These are all the top upcoming games, like, that are going to be game-changing, no pun intended. So how can you translate that into, how do I play this market? All of this information, all of this being built. One thing I would always advise, first and foremost, is going in here, opening up a watch list, which is strictly, as you see, mine is like bear gaming watch list. So this is my watch list for this bear market. And I'm going to walk you through exactly step by step the pillars of projects you need to be putting in here. A, blockchains. What projects are actually building blockchains that are going to be gaming friendly, right? The Solanas, the Polygons, the Avalanches. When you go down the list, Aptos, I think, has a lot of upside potential when it comes to gaming blockchain. Immutable X, Gala, even, with their blockchain. Like, you can kind of start functioning in these categories. And I love preaching infrastructure. We saw last market with the Axies, with all these games, the gaming tokens, the true individual games. They have a hard time. And why is that? The game tokens, games die. Call of Duty has to make a new game every single year. These games don't keep their fresh feel for that long. In the traditional space, people invest in these games in VC, and the game might have a 6-month shelf life and it's never played again. I mean, look at Cyberpunk 2070 or whatever it was called. I mean, it was the biggest flop in gaming history. So it's never a guarantee. Games die. But you know what never dies are the Steams, Epic Games, Activision, Blizzard. Those never die. The infrastructures, the app stores, the distribution, the protocols, the studios, those never go away. So you want to get involved with that infrastructure. You don't want to be the gold miner. You want to be actually selling the picks and the axes and this equipment, right? No one got rich off of mining gold. The people who got the richest are the ones who were selling the picks. So this is exactly the same mentality. Blockchains in one category, then you can go studios in the next category. Stuff like Gala, stuff like Vulcan Forge. I would almost factor in, if you wanted to factor in, Myria, absolutely. Whenever Myria token goes live, you can count Myria in that studios bucket. And then you want to talk about like the third pillar, which is distribution. I think Ultra is in that distribution platform. And then you have like the miscellaneous. You have Superfarm, which is doing a lot. Superfarm is doing a lot with NFTs, imposters, their OpenSea marketplace, or their OpenSea competing marketplace, pardon me, which will eventually be launched on Superfarm. Stuff, like Seedify, Launchpad, very strong, Wax blockchain. These are big infrastructure plays, and those should be at the top of your strength. The individual games and those protocols are stuff that you need to have a higher risk tolerance, lower investment size, in my opinion. This is never financial advice, but you need to assess your risk properly. And when you start getting down into these small cap, low cap gaming tokens, you always need to tread cautiously, because games traditionally just die. And Web3 games are going to be the same way. So you need to get in front of these games, build your watch list for when the time comes, when these games launch, and you have those correct small caps in your lenses, you're able to get in those at the right times. So I would completely categorize them by blockchains, studios, distribution, kind of miscellaneous, maybe cross-compatible type of platforms, like I said, like Superfarm, Altura, Phantasma, those type of projects. And then you kind of categorize games, and the game should be a much smaller bucket of projects. And I would not go completely into one given game. I don't think that's the way to success in the future, especially if you're trying to get in front of everything that we talked about, right? With Epic Games, with the MetaMask partnerships, with ETH Gaming going on the Super Bowl ads, with what's to come on the other side. I think infrastructures are going to reap the rewards the most over the next few years of this industry. And I think that's the best way to play it, is those blockchains, the studios and stuff like that. So if you got value out of this video on kind of how to start building your watch list, people, I get the question all the time, like, where do I even start? Like, yeah, Vulcan Forged, Ultra, but after that, I'm kind of lost on what to look for. I would just start doing research on the gaming distribution, gaming studios, gaming blockchains. And I think that your quality of your watch list is going to start adding up. And then when the time comes that you're comfortable DCAing, or we catch that bottom, you're going to be ready and you're going to have the right projects in your scope. But I did want to proclaim, crypto gaming is far from dead. And I would actually say we are at the forefront of one of the most revolutionary industries in the world. Patience, my friends. Patience. If you like the video, be sure to drop down, hit the like button, and subscribe for more every single day here on Crypto Banter as well. We'll be back tomorrow with another show. As always, play well, my friends.